Good morning students, welcome to class 11. Today we will begin with the first chapter of economics, that is concept of economics. Though you all are familiar with economics as a subject as you all have done in your previous class also, but today I am going to make you all more familiar with this economics as a subject. So children, economics is actually a branch of knowledge concerned with the production, consumption and distribution of wealth. That means economics deals with the economic activities, and there are 4 different kind of economic activities with which we all deal. The very first one is the consumption. To know what consumption is, let me tell you. Children, everyone on this earth, from a child to an old person, is engaged in some or the other economic activity. Now we all are engaged in some of the economic activities as a consumers because we consume the goods and services. And why do we consume the goods and services? For the satisfaction of our wants. Similarly, the second economic activity is a production. Production is related with the producers. Producers are the people who are engaged in the production of different goods and services for the purpose of earning a good amount of profit. Then the third one and the fourth economic activity is saving and investment, as many of us are savers and investors also, because we save a part of our income for future consumption or for investment in shares and bonds to generate a good amount of the income. That means we as a consumers or a producers or a savers or investors are all engaged in different kind of economic activities. Now if we talk about the different kind of economic activities, so children, activities are those activities which are related to the use of scarce means of resources. That means the resources which help us to satisfy our wants are always limited, are always scarce. Now imagine yourself as you are the richest person on this earth. Still, you can't have everything you wish to have at a particular point of time, isn't it? It's a fact. No matter if we are how much rich, but still our resources, that means our money, will always be scarce in relation to our needs and wants. Now Alfred Marshall has come up with a very good definition of economics. He says, who is an economist, he defined economics as the study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. That means he said that economics deals with the basic life of the people, that how they deal within their day-to-day life. At the same time, another economist, Robbins, he defined economics as a science that studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scars. Here ends and scars are related with the children. The goal, that is your end, and scar, that is your resources. Means to reach towards your goal, you need your resources which are always scarce, limited. Means which have alternative uses. That means that your resources are scarce and you have to use your resources in such a way that these resources could be put onto an alternative uses. Now the question comes that what are the components of economics? When we talk about the components of economics, these components are being divided into 3 different categories. If you see, there is a flow chart showing the 3 different components of economics are consumption, production and distribution. Now let's take one by one. First we'll talk about consumption. Children, when we talk about the consumption is actually a study of consumer behavior, where we study behavior of consumer in relation to their limited means. That means that under consumption we study behavior of human beings as a consumer or a buyer of different goods and services for the satisfaction of their wants. Now you all know that consumers, they have a very limited means while their wants are unlimited. So the question arises, how do they allocate their given means on the purchase of different goods and services in such a way that they are able to maximize their satisfaction? Now this study we do under the consumption. Next is a production. When we talk about a production, now production is the study of producer behavior in relation to the limited means which can yield them maximum profit. That means producers, they also have a limited means, and with that limited means they have a wide range of goods and services to choose for their firms and factories. Now they choose in such a way that the prices of all the inputs to produce the goods or the services should be least expensive so that they are able to minimize their cost of production. Now the question arises, how do they choose to produce those so that the production offers them a maximum revenue with a minimum cost of production? That means they should get a maximum profit, and the study of such behavior is known as production. Last one is the distribution. When we talk about distribution, is the study of distribution theory, where we study how a part of income generated is distributed among the factors of production. Factors of production are land, labor, capital and entrepreneur. All these four factors join up together in the process of production. Now here also there is very interesting thing to know that how the income which has been generated is distributed among those who have worked for earning of that money. So actually let's see who are those agents of production, and those are land, labor, capital and entrepreneur. Now a part of income which is generated will go to the owners of land, and land in the form of rent. Then a part of generated income will go to the laborers who worked for the production of goods and services in the form of wage. Then a part will also go to the owners of capital, the capital which has been used in the production purpose in the form of interest, and a part will go to the entrepreneur in the form of a profit. So children, distribution of income refers to the distribution of GDP, gross domestic product, among the owners of factors of production. So these are the three different components of economics which deal with the various kind of economic activities which we take. Thank you.